Next part of speech we are going to talk about is prepositions. Prepositions are those tiny words like in, at, towards, onto, after, before, from, beneath, underneath, etc. Prepositions are used to link nouns, pronouns, or phrases to other words. Also, it's used to tell you the place, the time, the position of things. Prepositions are also used to talk about direction. Let's have a look at a few examples. To talk about a certain place or placement, we can use prepositions like in, on, at, under, between. To talk about time, we can use prepositions as at, in, on. Now you can ask yourself the question where if you want to find out what the preposition is in a sentence. I have mentioned a tip for you here. For exact time, use at. I have a doctor's appointment at 3 o'clock. In for long periods. I haven't eaten an ice cream in years. And use on for specific days and dates. I will go to the library on Monday. Finally, for direction, we can say to, towards, into, onto, from. The cat ran towards its master. The car collided into the wall. You place it usually before a noun or a pronoun. Few of the most commonly confused prepositions would be in, at, on, and to and towards. So let's figure this out. In is used for enclosed spaces or periods. In the house, in the office, in the city. Now, at for specific points of time. At is used for specific points or for specific time. For example, when I want to say I am at work right now or I am at school right now, I want you to look at that specific point. I want to bring attention to the place. So I am at school at this hour. I am at home right now. Now, on is used for surfaces or also for days, as I have mentioned before. On Monday, on Sunday, and on can also be used for places like on the table, on the chair. Now, what about to and towards? To denotes a precise destination. I would like to go to the park, or I went to Pune. However, towards indicates general movement. Towards the sunset, the child ran towards his mother, basically to indicate general movement in a direction. Now that you have a little idea about preposition, we can move on to idiomatic expressions. Now, what are idiomatic expressions? The word red-handed means hands which are red, but that's not the real meaning. Catching someone red-handed means to catch someone doing something wrong in real time or while they are actually committing the crime or while they're actually doing it. Prepositions play a very important role in these idiomatic expressions because there are many idioms which have prepositions in them. So let's have a look at a few very popular and common ones. First one is on the fence. On the fence doesn't mean that you will be sitting on a fence. It basically means to be undecided about something. I'm still on the fence about whether to take that new job offer. I'm still not sure. I'm still deciding. Next is out of hand. That means to become out of control, and the preposition used is out of. For example, the party got a little out of hand after midnight, which means a little out of control. Under the weather, it's a very good one, should be used in a regular conversation. This means feeling slightly unwell or sick. You cannot be using this for those times when you're actually really unwell. I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, so I might just stay at home. This means I'm not feeling that well, so I will not step out. In a nutshell, in is the preposition here. In a nutshell means to summarize something or briefly or in short. In a nutshell, we need to increase our sales by 20% this quarter. Please find more popular idiomatic expressions in the resource section. Next is subject-verb agreement, which is basically when you match your verb with your subject. Again, a very popular topic, but it can get confusing at times. And I'm sure this lesson is going to be of great help. The first and the most basic rule is subject and verb must match in number. That means if your subject is singular, your verb must be singular as well. Now, how do we make something singular? Now, look at the sentence. The cat runs. For example, when we want to pluralize cat, it turns into cats. So we add an S to it. Remember, if your subject is singular, the verb must be singular as well. Now, here, the verb will not follow the same rule of pluralization as we do with nouns. Here we will add an S if we want to keep the verb as singular. For example, we will say the cat runs. And if we want to say the cats, which is plural, a plural verb will say run. The cats run. The cat runs. The bird sings. Here the bird is singular, the subject is singular, hence the verb is also singular, which is sings. My brother, which is the subject and which is singular, plays the guitar. It will not be play the guitar. My brother plays the guitar. The flower blooms in the spring. Now imagine if had it been the flowers, we will take this S out. So it will be the flowers bloom in spring. Now look at this. The cats run. The children, that is the plural of child, play in the park. It will not be plays in the park. My friends, here the subject is plural, so the verb will be also plural. And how do we pluralize a verb? By taking the S out. So my friends live in different cities. Now, there are a few tricky cases, of course. One would be collective nouns. Collective nouns are nouns like flock, herd, teams, words like this, which shows a collection. So when I say team of players, it means a collection of players. Or when I say herd of cattle, again, it means a collection of cattle. When herd, team, these are nothing but collective nouns. Now, collective nouns are treated as singular. The word audience is a collective noun for those number of people. So, the audience applauds loudly. Again, now the committee. Committee decides on the new policy. The family or my family enjoys spending time together. Here, audience, committee, family, they are all considered as one unit. Let's have a look at compound subjects. What are compound subjects? Compound subjects are when there are two subjects. For example, look at the sentence, Tom and Jerry are. It will never be Tom and Jerry is. Tom and Jerry are. Because Tom won, Jerry won. 1 plus 1, 2 people. So Tom and Jerry are. My sister and I, again 2 people, like to hike. Reading and writing improve your communication skill. The professor and the students. Now, I want you to have a look at this very special sentence. Here it says, the professor and the students discuss the topic. Now, whenever you have a sentence like this, there are two subjects. One is the professor and the other one is the student. Now, the verb will agree to the subject which is closest to it. So here the subject which is closest to the verb discuss is the students. So as it is a plural, the verb will also be plural. Hence, it will be discussed. Then we have something as indefinite pronouns. Now, indefinite pronouns are words like everyone, somebody, each. But they will always take a singular verb. Each one of the students has a laptop, not have a laptop. Somebody is at the door. No one knows the answer. So be very careful when you are using indefinite pronouns. Note, joined by or nor, verb agrees with the closest subject, just the way we did with and. Example, neither the dogs nor the cat likes the rain. Now here the subject is plural, nor the cat. Now here the subject is singular. But according to this rule, if two subjects are joined by or nor, so the subject which is closest to the verb will determine the verb. Neither the dogs nor the cat. Now the cat, the word cat is closest to the verb. Hence the verb would be likes, because cat is singular. Likes rain.